All right, so with that, we can go ahead and get started with tonight's session. Who wants to give me a quick recap? Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
I'll read the new thing you just made.
If you click on, so the big one's really fucking long. There's a button.
Yeah, there's a short. Yeah, that's the one I was going to read. I'm not. Yeah, because the other one it says load 1,048 more words. I'm like, yeah,
That's a good summary.
You're just crunching up. No, it's like
There it
moving
is.
and it like hurt. Like yeah, what the fuck, bro? Bruh. But yeah, we'll see how the short summary does, and if it's accurate, we can just start using that every session.
Yeah. Brett, shout out if it skips over shit.
Yeah, you're good.
So the party made their way to the village of Barovia after their harrowing escape from the death house and a terrifying encounter with Strahd von Zarovich, who had hoisted Graven and Jinx hundreds of feet into the air before dropping them as a show of force. In the desolate village, they found the Blood on the Vine tavern where they met Ismark Kolyanovich, whose bloodshot eyes betrayed days without sleep. Ismark revealed that Barovia was a land trapped by mist, controlled by Strahd, and that the Vampire Lord had been attacking his manor for 9 consecutive nights, seeking his sister Ireena, who Strahd believed to be the reincarnation of his lost love. Ismark's father, the Burgomaster, had recently died from the stress, and Ireena had already been bitten twice by Strahd. A third bite would turn it into his servant. The party followed.
Oh. She was not bit by Strahd. She was just bit. We never got those details.
No, it was bit by. No. She
said,
yeah.
Okay,
she said it. She said it, or she didn't. I think her brother said it.
Okay, I didn't realize Strahd specifically did.
Yeah. She's been bit twice now.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Connor.
Yep. Where the fuck was I? The party showed Ismark the letter they had found bearing his father's name and the Durst family crest, but he declared it a forgery, explaining that the Durst had been dead for years despite the party's recent encounter with the reanimated Gustav Durst. The party agreed to help Ismark and accompanied him to his manor, where they met Ireena and learned she insisted on burying her father before leaving Barovia. Jinx spent hours repairing the damaged manor and a destroyed cart, working through the night. The next morning, they loaded the Burgomaster's casket onto the repaired car and traveled to the village church for the burial. While digging the grave, Torin heard muffled screams from inside the church, leading to a confrontation with Father Donavich. He revealed the horrifying truth. His son Doru had been turned into a vampire spawn by Strahd a year ago after joining a failed assault on Castle Ravenloft with a mysterious mad mage. The priest had kept Doru locked in the church ever since, unable to feed him or end his suffering. Jinx questioned his morality of this choice, pointing out that the priest was choosing to torture his child rather than show mercy, leaving Father Donavich trapped in an impossible moral dilemma with no clear answer.
Yeah, that was a terrifyingly accurate recap. So with that, we will go ahead and pick up where we truly left off. Was tensions a bit high right outside of the church itself. Just as a reminder, the church is pretty worn down, like a lot of the other parts of the village, because of the sieges over the last 9 or 10 days. Right, a lot of these buildings have rubble surrounding them. Part of the roof is completely caved in on this thing.
Okay, so the destruction we've seen, like the pews inside the church and everything, that's not old damage. That's recent. Okay, I was under the impression it was just like run down or something.
Right. No. So I went back and reviewed. I watched their video, and I realized that I did not tell you. Yeah, because of course DM assumptions, right? Like I know what it all looks like in my head, so I didn't do a good job of painting that particular part.
That's okay, dude. We all make little shit.
But just like with the Burgomaster's home or the mansion, there was rubble, debris everywhere. So yeah, but with that, you all were in the process of digging the grave for the Burgomaster. Uh, just about when you all were finishing everything up, I believe it was Torin who heard the sounds of muffled screams. Upon further investigation, you were able to figure out that the screams were coming from, seems like the basement of the church within the foundation itself. You couldn't necessarily make out what was being said. Went back, talked to the rest of the party, crept around to the front to kind of investigate a little bit further. About that time, you open the door and you caught the tail end of a conversation between Father Donavich and Ismark. Man, these names are fucking wild to me. And Ismark. Yeah, and you decided just to stay there and immediately confront Father Donavich about the screams that you were hearing from the basement. Opening the door, you're able to make out the muffled sounds and the screams were various forms of, "Father, I'm so hungry. Why won't you feed me?" And the like. Where we ended was you all confronted Donavich about this, and you all are in a moral battle right now. Jinx really doesn't see the moral issue here. It's pretty cut and dry. If he loves his son, then he should end his son because it's not his son anymore. Donavich did go ahead and give you all a little bit of information about how his son was recruited by some mad mage who came in from another realm. Recruited a bunch of the locals to storm Castle Ravenloft. And most of them met their demise. Only instead of outright killing them, Strahd decided to turn Donavich into, or not Donavich, Doru, his son, into a vampire spawn. Upon returning to the church, Father Donovan didn't know what to do, so he locked him in the basement where he's been for, I want to say it's been like almost a year. I think we got to that. I don't remember the exact date. That part doesn't matter. That's just flavor shit. But that's kind of where we exactly left off. Was tensions were, well, not tensions, but emotions were high. You guys are understanding. I'll let you guys take it. And
I think the last thing that we had said was Jinx had spoken to Father Donavich and pretty much said, "You need to make a decision here." Or no, he didn't give him an ultimatum, but he did point out the hypocrisy and the moral dilemma behind it. So you can leave your son alive to suffer for selfish reasons, or you can end him and end his suffering for compassionate reasons. And that's where we cut. So if anybody else wants to jump in, or if Father Donavich has a reply to that, Jinx is done.
He would, upon just bringing up the logic, he would immediately not look frustrated, but almost like this look of defeat on his face. I've tried everything I could think of. Ever since he returned, I haven't felt any presence of the Morning Lord. I haven't been able to create miracles. I haven't even been able to cast a spell.
Why does that stop you from performing the duty you know needs to be completed?
I don't feel like I have the guidance.
If you require a deity to make you a good person, you're not a good person.
Ismark speaks up. Well, you're not necessarily wrong, Jinx. Harder to make those decisions without faith when they're your own kin.
Is this something I can do for you?
Father Donavich just looks up and, what exactly are you implying?
I'm implying ending your son Doru and ending his suffering. Graffiti's great, by the way. Never had it.
As this conversation's happening, what is everybody else?
I'm actually going to chime in.
I do want to be one
Yeah, go
second. I do want to point out everything coming out of Jinx's mouth is logical. It's flat emotional, right? There's no intensity to it. I realize I am speaking that way because I'm a dad and I have kids, and I don't know how to not do that. But
I know.
From Jinx's perspective, it's calculated, it's emotionless, it's logical, it's a binary decision. It's this or that.
So I would, my character is going to, Xavath is literally just going to have a moment of saying, look, you got two choices. One of them, he's going to die. And you have to come to terms with your deity on how you feel about that. The other one, you drop the cloth and you feed him. We can make that decision for you. And I tell you now, myself, as the cleric, I'll hold out my symbol and all this stuff so that he can see that it's not I'm not making a joke here. I would rather end your son's suffering. He's never going to be the same.
Give me a persuasion.
Can I help with that since I'm?
I would say, yes. I would say with advantage. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. He doesn't look offended. It's
Right.
almost like his face is just, you're telling him what he already knows. It's just the face of a grieving father.
Well, it's that defeated look you said
It's
earlier.
right.
Where he knows you're right.
19.
No, you're fine. X is, you kind of state your case here and back up Jinx. Father Donavich sighs, and you watch as one tear rolls down the right side of his cheek. Without looking up, he says, I'm not a fool, you know. I know that's not my son. My son died. I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
I've already made the offer to take care of that.
I know.
I can't do it without your permission, though. The process is.
Would you mind? Just have 15 minutes.
Okay. And
I-
Jinx walks right around the church, straight back to the grave to start digging again.
Ismark looks up and says, I believe everything back there is ready to go, right? Just give him a couple minutes and I'll come get you guys when the time comes.
In walking around the building, do I see any ways out of the basement other than through the inside of the church?
It's a solid, the basement itself is like a solid brick cobblestone foundation.
Okay. So the only way out is through the stairs inside the church.
I would, for that, now that you say that, I would tell Graven and Sylvan to stay at the door.
I was going to put Skitter out there to watch. But it'll be faster reaction if one of us is over there, so it's up to you, man. Whatever you want to do.
I'll stand watch. I'll stand in the doorway and just kind of sit there with my hand on my silver sword. Not in a threatening
No, it's just more so it'd be more of like a, hey, they're leaving. You know
That's
what I
where
mean?
my head would be.
Right, exactly.
Just
Like,
in case he tries to grab me and get out of there.
like if they're running, let them run kind of deal, but like he's no longer the priest. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
reality behind it. Like if he's trying to save his son that way.
Yeah, I'm in no way trying to hurt either one of them if he doesn't want it to happen. If they want to go, they can go. But if you're gonna go, go.
Right, exactly.
as you guys kind of head back around to where the graves are behind the actual church and the cemetery, earlier you noticed that there were a couple of, I guess, fresh graves, right, that were recently filled, most likely from the sieges that have been happening throughout the last 2 weeks, right? And for the first time that you notice off on the far northern side of the cemetery, off by a oak tree, there's a smaller grave that's dug with nothing in it.
Smaller is in size, like for a
Yeah.
child potentially.
Yeah. Yeah. About 10 minutes later, Ismark comes back out.
Is there a headstone or just a hole?
Right now, it's just a hole. Ismark comes out about 10 minutes later and says, he only has a couple requests. His first being he doesn't want his son to suffer, or the likes of his son. And two, he was wondering if you all would also stay to help bury him.
Absolutely.
First off, suffering is never our intent, regardless of what we're trying to kill. We always intend to take whatever we fight down as quickly as possible, not just to protect ourselves, but to limit the suffering on the other party's part. But I agree with Xavath. I'm absolutely willing to help. Whatever he needs to do to move on from this.
100%.
Okay. All right, give me a minute. Let me go get him, and him and I are going to go for a walk for a couple minutes. Give you all 10, 15, and he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out just like a standard iron key. And he says, room off to the right. When you first walk in, there's a trap door with a padlock. That's the only way down into the cellar. And he hands you all the key. He goes back in. Two minutes go by. 3 minutes go by. And you hear the brass handle of the church door click, and the creaking of the hinges. Out comes Ismark and Father Donovan. Father Donovan's head is down. Tears can be seen just rolling down his face. His skin seems to almost be salt-stained. As they pass by you, Ismark nods with his left hand over Father Donovan's shoulder. Where's yours, boys?
Give him a second to get out of earshot of us entering the church or the doors.
At a game, would we know what the fastest way to kill a vampire is? Knowing the lore that we know, having discussed the werewolf vampire aura here, we know about them. But would we have a realistic understanding of how to kill one quickly?
I would say that
the take through the heart trope is common, obviously, but
I mean,
know it's accurate.
That, yes, but also any silvered weapon works just fine. You all would know that. Out of the game, he's not a vampire. He's a vampire spawn.
Okay,
They're different, right? They're more of just an undead servant to a vampire.
I ain't worked on vampires. That's my nerd ass looking at other shit.
But yeah,
it might not be, but
You all would know that you all have a couple weapons that could make quick work of this. The hardest thing is going to be you all don't know his age, his size, or if he's violent, right? So it's more or less getting him down is going to be the hard part. Floor is yours. You all, doors open. You all walk in. As you walk into the church, just the entire environment in here is just sad. A beam of light comes shining through the roof, and you can see the dust particles kind of sparkling as they pass through that ray that comes through the roof, and a lot of the pews are just completely destroyed. And that horrible sound of a child begging for his father and that he's so hungry erupts and echoes through the entire church.
A great description walking in there, dude. That was good.
You said first door
Question
on the
for
right.
you. Mechanics question.
Sure.
Because I don't know how I would rule this. I have a rope of climbing, and it allows me to send that rope up to wrap around something so I can climb it. Could I use that to wrap a person up? I'm not trying to metagame or break it, and if it's a one-time thing for story, I'm cool with that, and then it never works again. However you want to rule that, if you want it to be no, it can be no. But I have that, and if you'll allow it, I would use that to try and restrain this person when we get downstairs. And I would discuss that with the team beforehand, because strategy and planning is my thing.
Yeah, I mean, either way, a rope's a rope, right? I don't have an issue with that at fucking all. Like, no way.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just magical, and he doesn't
yeah.
have to get close. That's
Yep.
all.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So I would discuss that with the team and say, when we get down there, I can restrain it. I don't really have any weapons on me that would end this thing quickly. It would take some time, and I don't think anyone here wants to watch me beat someone to death today.
Silver should make it quick work of it.
We have 2 of those swords. Can 2 of you do this while I restrain?
Absolutely.
Just to make it as quick as possible?
Yep.
We have a short sword and a long sword, right? The long sword's in the party inventory, I think, but you have equipped, I believe.
Yeah, it does say that he has it
Okay.
equipped.
I don't care that you have it equipped. I just want to make sure we have it. We're RPing, obviously. We don't need to do anything in D&D Beyond. But
Right.
I just wanted to make sure I was clear on everything. That gummy's starting to kick in. Okay. With that information, I guess I'll ask for the key from whoever has it. If it's me, I'm going to go over to the door in that room on the right and unlock the hatch.
Okay. You go over. Hatch unlocks.
Dark down there?
It's pitch black.
I'm going to take 4 of the beads that I carry, because I can only do this 4 times, I think. Might be 6. Let me double check that, actually. 4. I can do 4 times. I'm going to take 4 of those beads and make them illuminated, and just kind of toss them downstairs. Make sure one's going to land at the bottom of the steps, and then the other is kind of scattered through the room a little bit, just to give some level of light.
Do you not have dark vision?
I don't. Everybody else does, but I don't.
Okay. I just put photo references in the photo reference chat for you guys.
Okay. Cool as fuck.
That's kind of wild.
All right. So you take these.
Vampire.
You take these beads, and down they go, illuminating. You guys should be able to move your tokens. You don't really have to right now, unless you really want to.
Keep in mind, each one only gives 5 feet, so a 10-foot radius in total. 5 feet in each direction, I think.
Hold on, let me.
Cool. Okay, so I activate dancing lights then and send them downstairs instead.
Yeah,
So
Um,
I can see. Yeah, it's
yeah,
big, and each one emits like 30 feet of light or something like that.
You pull open the trap door.
Tasty as fuck.
There's a must that just
This doesn't
kind
kill
of
us.
gulfs out. The smell of mold and rot and urine all hit you at once. You cast Fairy Fire, and are all of you going down?
Not fairy fire, dancing lights.
Or you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, at least me, Graven, and
Jinx.
Jinx are going
Yeah.
down. Torn didn't say.
Yeah,
I would.
Torrin's
I would
really
say-
hesitant.
Yeah, I would look at Torn and be like, "It's okay if you don't want to come. You don't have to. If you want to stay with the priest, you can."
The priest isn't there.
That's what I'm saying. Like he can go outside. Like he doesn't have to be in here with us if he doesn't want us to go through.
I'll sit by the hatch, but yell if you need help, and I will jump in.
Absolutely.
You all slowly and cautiously make your way down. As soon as that lid opens and you get that must that hits,
I turn off my sensors immediately. My like smell receptors, turn them right off. Gross. Icky.
the screams stop. The air becomes stagnant, eerily quiet.
He smells food.
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna look back at the other two, Graven and Xavath, and say, "Give me just a moment, if you don't mind."
As he walks away, I am going to touch him.
I'm going in.
I know. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
alright.
Like as you're walking away, I am going to give you guidance.
Okay, thank you.
Just in case for any roll.
So I'm coming down by myself. Not being a flesh entity may deter some hostility here.
As you hit the bottom step, the room opens up. It's more of a root cellar than it is an actual basement. While the walls themselves are that cobblestone foundation like you saw outside, the floor is nothing but dirt, with wooden pillars that kind of just support the actual foundation. From the most northeast corner of the basement, you catch just a glimpse of these yellow eyes cowering in the corner. The first picture I sent you. As you make eye contact, your eyes take a second to adjust as these lights are kind of dancing all around, and you notice that it's a teenage boy, roughly about the age of 16. Long brown hair, skin paler than those in Barovia. You can see two fangs barely sticking out, resting over his bottom lip. And as you make eye contact, he just kind of curls his lip up and just backing into the corner, more like a scared cat than a monster.
Are you Doru?
Didn't say anything, just and you watch as his hand starts to reach up on the wall behind him.
I have some questions for you, Doru. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to bring harm to you in any way. That's not my desire at the moment. I personally would like to help you if possible. If you'll
He
allow it.
stares.
If I was
Feed.
able to find... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Feed.
If I find a way to feed you, will you have a conversation with me?
Yes.
I'm going to cast Find Familiar. and immediately bring up like the largest animal I can summon with it, whatever it is. I know it's not gonna be anything huge like a cat or something, but whatever that is, I summon it and just keep it near me and say, if you have the conversation with me, you can have this.
Food.
Say it again. You broke up.
Said it's not food.
Oh, okay. Well, damn. Tried. You're clever. I'll drop the spell. I'll be back in a minute. And I go back upstairs. I explain what happened to everyone and what I'm shooting for here.
Just hold on. As you go up the stairs, you hear a scurry. Nothing comes. He's not lunging at you, but you hear he moves very quickly.
Okay. I'll leave my dancing lights down there too. When I come up, I explain to everyone. So I've been thinking on this for the last couple seconds, which to me, intelligence, like with his thinking processes, a couple seconds is a fucking eternity, right? So I've been thinking on this for a few seconds. He's just the symptom of a deeper problem. He doesn't deserve to be killed over something he didn't choose to do. And if we end up resolving the issue here, like I believe we're going to, we may fix the problem indirectly. I'm not saying to just let him out and let him run free, but maybe take him somewhere. Feed him first, obviously. I'll find a deer or something. That's not a problem. But feed him, get him out of here as fast as we can, and as far as Father Donavich knows, it was handled. If we end up clearing this issue, and anyone that this Zarovich guy has turns back, then we may have saved him twice. It's up for vote. I'm not saying that's what we have to do, but it's a thought, is all I'm getting at.
Do any of us have the knowledge that potentially ending that which turned the kid would turn the kid back?
Can I do a check on that to see if I'd know anything?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, I was looking at notes.
Would I be able to do a check to see what if I'd know from what exit? If we do deal with the.
If you kill a main vampire, will it turn? Will the vampire spawn turn back?
I see. Okay. Yeah, you can do. Oh God. Help me out, boys.
I'm leading history or religion.
Yeah, I would say not religion because this isn't religious.
Okay, fair.
All jokes aside, what about like nature?
We just had the same moment.
Yeah,
nature
like,
kind of. It doesn't really. It's not perfect.
Sir,
but
I'll tell you what. You could
like
do
animal stuff,
his.
like that
I'd say history, nature, survival. I guess nature or history. It depends on how you want to look at it, right?
I'll do history because that's where I think I want to know fuck all about nature.
Because that's gonna be one of those weird ones where it's like,
It's one of the weird questions that's difficult to find a skill for.
Yeah.
I personally would also think maybe potentially medicine because it's a medical condition. You could get away with that.
It's a unique kind of medicine, I would say, but
yeah, I know it's an occult thing.
It's like Van Helsing.
Yeah, that's
like alchemy almost, but not
right.
alchemy.
Go ahead, Connor, you're good.
Where the fuck's my history? 21.
Okay.
Damn, dude.
Shit. He has to have like 11.
Nah, +4.
Whoa! It's actually not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Why is it only a +4?
I don't fucking know.
So
That's because you're like 18, 19, bro.
you want to know if by killing its master, he would revert back to being normal.
Would we know that?
Yeah.
Would we know
We-
that?
Oh, at least do I think
You
there's some
would-
truth to it anyway?
You would know that that is not how that works. He is, by all means of biology, dead.
There's no turning back. That's what I thought, but I wasn't. It's like, hey, that might be a D&D thing. Like,
Upon Jinx asking this question and thinking over it, I look up from scratching my just knowing what the answer is. I just turn to Jinx and say, from what I've read, and it's not how it works. From what I know, he will not. If we do end up killing Strahd or whatever, he would not come back.
He's dead, Jinx. Fuck.
yeah, pretty much. That would be
Okay.
the whole conversation.
All right.
Like,
Well,
we
I
have.
guess.
It's either we let him go, or we stop it now.
Well, letting him go no longer seems to be the logical route.
No, Jinx, one thing I did forget to mention for you earlier when you went down there, he is wearing a golden pendant around his neck that has the same sun symbol.
With the eyes.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Well, that path no longer seems to be logical, so I guess we just do this. We could use his hunger to distract him, but we need to take something down there that isn't whatever animal I just summoned for him to feed on. The food will distract him to the point where restraining him may be a lot easier and speed this up.
Pig.
Hold on,
Well,
hey,
I wouldn't want to steal from anyone here in town necessarily to achieve this goal. So would there be anything nearby that we could relatively easily catch with our abilities, skills, magic, whatever, to get it a small, even a small animal, a rat or a bird, just anything?
with a 21, and you would also know, not only are they permanently turned, there's only one type of blood that they're interested in.
So
And
Tori
that's
shooting
human
things
blood.
down again. Got it. Ready.
Yeah, but so knowing that, continuing
You
on,
would-
I,
You would also know that by just feeding, it doesn't mean you're being turned. Right? So just because you're bit by a vampire doesn't mean that you're turned, right? Ireena's been bit twice and she hasn't been turned. Vampires have to, and not only in D&D but in most lore, vampires have to choose to be truly converted. Is like a gift. It's not something that just happens. It's not a virus. It's intentional. When you're turned, you're turned. So I'll let you do with that what you will.
Okay. Well, then Jinx is going to say, I am open to suggestions on how to make this easier. I can restrain them with my rope, and two of you can end it. But again, I'd really like to try to make this as quick as possible. I don't want it drug out. I certainly don't want a mess down here for Father Donavich to have to be concerned with.
Well, to make it so that, so I said, I have a way to make it so that nobody hears what we do. It's just, there's no magic involved once we get in there.
I don't need magic to do this. I'm not worried about sound. I'm just worried about speed. Can anybody
I don't
do
really
anything that
expect
would
anything.
restrain anyone? I think Hold Person's a level 3 spell.
I have command. That's about it.
no, I
That's a.
I do
You're a
I do
cleric.
have
You are a cleric, and he is undead.
Oh no, I know that, but
Okay.
that's
the
Okay.
I do have hold person.
Okay. It might be worth a shot. That's all. It's gonna get spicy when we get down there. He's gonna either immediately lunge for one of you two.
so. Is it?
I just
Good.
ask towards the group. I ask once he is restrained, would you please let me leave the room before?
You don't have to come down, dude, if you don't want to. I mean,
We'll figure it out. It's okay if you don't want to.
Well, I
Yeah.
also, like I said, I'd like to at least still help. I don't want to.
sometimes helping staying out of the way.
It's up to you, buddy. We're not here to force you to do anything. We can figure it out too.
I just silently nod.
Jinx opens the door back up. Gets ready to head back down. This time, I'm assuming with two others.
Yep. Now, inside this basement, is he in like a cage or is he literally just in an open
He's just
room?
in an open basement. There's like pillars, I think, right? That's what those
Yeah.
dots are on the map. There's like
Yeah.
columns. But aside from that, it's wide open. So yeah, Jinx is gonna go back down and pull his magic rope out.
As you all head back down again, you hear the scurrying. As you come into the opening and look over in the corner where he was, he's still there, but he's now pushed himself up against that ceiling, like that second picture that I sent you all.
Yeah.
And immediately just starts, at seeing more than just you, Jinx, immediately just starts hissing. Fangs bared.
Okay. I am going to walk toward him. Did Torin follow us down or no?
No,
I'm
no.
gonna
I saw
walk
Nod
toward
was
him.
accepting that.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Just want to make sure I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, Jinx is gonna start walking toward him, delicately, tentatively, slowly, as non-threatening as I can be, even though I recognize this is threatening. And I'm just gonna be prepared to use my rope if possible. Potentially, if you allow this, I'm going to ready an action, which is basically diving and trying to grab this guy if he darts past us. But my intent is to use the rope. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
That's what I'm doing here. Unless somebody else has something they want to do first, that's my move.
The only thing that I would have on the ready, if Doru jumps towards me or Graven instead of Jinx, I want to ready the command spell that I have, and at that point it would be to tell him to either halt or grovel.
Dig it.
Alright. As I hear them do that, I will just say, Jinx, be ready. And I will pull my sleeve up. I'll take my short silver and just slice my arm and hold it out for him.
All of this is happening simultaneously as you all come down, and Jinx is preparing this rope, and Graven just takes the dagger out and goes to cut open his arm. Doru hisses and he starts violently sniffing the air and just staring at the small drips of blood coming off of Graven's arm. Where's my father?
He went for a walk.
He's licking his lips.
Go ahead.
Come. You're hungry. Come feed.
Give me a perception at advantage.
$19, $23.
And also, good sir, I need you to roll 1d4 slicing damage for yourself.
Yep. That is a 3. 3 damage.
Okay. As Jinx,
Probably trying to capture us both, since it's not autofocus.
Smart
AV
actually
kid.
no, that was Jinx. As you say, come on. Without hesitation, Doru drops from the ceiling and sort of like slinks to the side of all of you, hugging that wall around to where you are. And without even thinking, he immediately grabs your arm and begins drinking. You feel 2 sharp punctures go into your wrist.
15 damage.
47 piercing damage.
You take
He hit an artery.
8. You take 8 piercing damage.
Hell yeah.
And as the fangs go in where it was first like a pierce, almost immediately this numb sensation, almost euphoric,
Fucking skier.
begins to run up your arm. And you feel your heart begin to beat just a little faster. Butterflies in your stomach start to turn. There's a small voice in your head that kind of likes this. It feels good. It feels homey. What are you boys doing?
As soon as this creature is distracted, I'm using the rope to wrap him up. It's the moment it happens. I'm putting the rope right around his arms and his waist and tying him up with it as best I can.
Are you helping you
You
with
broke
that?
up. You broke up.
Is anybody helping you with that?
I mean, it's a magic rope. How can they help me?
I see. Okay.
Because that's why I was asking about it wrapping itself
I got you.
around.
I got it. Okay. So how are you trying to, I guess, secure him? Because right now, Graven's arm's like this. He's literally like this with you to his, well, you're behind him.
If
Right,
his
like-
arms were like this, then
Right.
I want to bind him right here across the chest. It's just to keep his arms down, and so I have a hold of him.
Okay. He doesn't even move. He's not phased at all. Graven, as this happens, you feel as though he starts to like suck just a little harder. Do you try to pull away, or do you just let him keep going?
No, I pull. Because Jinx should have the rope on him by now, right?
As soon as the rope's fixed around him, I look at Xavath and say, "Give me a hand with this," and I pull as hard as I can.
You pull, and Doru is yanked backwards, hitting on the ground as you all have 2 of you pulling back on him. He immediately starts hissing and wailing, just screaming, begins trying to lash out,
You have
blood
this-
dripping from his mouth.
We didn't. He
We didn't
didn't give
exchange
that to
swords
me.
earlier?
Yeah.
Graven, you're the only one with swords. The silver swords. We never exchanged them earlier.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
we're holding this dude down.
Yeah, you hold him, then I'll walk up and aim for the heart.
You are holding him down. He immediately starts screaming like a normal 16-year-old, wailing for his father. They're hurting me. They're hurting me. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. No, please, please. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I slap my hand over his mouth.
Well, as he does that, I cast silence right where I am.
Good shit.
The room goes completely silent, Graven, as you come in with your sword. In front of you is this 16-year-old boy who's bound and frantically back and forth. You can see that his mouth is moving 100 miles a minute. He's screaming. You can see the agony in his eyes. And just as you stand over him, his eyes lock onto you. What do you do?
I plunge for his heart.
After a brief second, you're able to shake off any second out of what you're doing, and the rest of you watch as Graven drives the sword right through this kid's heart. His body stiffens and chest kind of pushes up, digging the sword deeper into his chest. You could tell he's screaming. He's gasping for air. 5 seconds later, you all literally watch the light fade from his body. It goes limp. Blood begins to pour, trickle down his chest. He's lifeless.
I'll drop silence.
I imagine that was not a pleasant experience for either one of you. If you ever need to talk about it, I'm here for you. It comes out super mechanical.
While he's saying that, I am quietly wishing the kid a journey, meaning, may the light push you home. That's all I say. Hand up, body, and I'll just get up. I mean, that's the end of it.
Yeah, I'll pick his body up and go to start carrying it outside.
Torrent from upstairs during this whole interaction, you hear a bunch of shuffling and screams, and all of a sudden everything goes quiet. What are you doing in that moment?
Considering, I'd give it a minute before I think of going down there.
I mean, this happens within,
Yeah, it's
I would say like 30 seconds, right? I mean, silence goes up. They already know what they're doing. Boom. And then you hear and you
Sure.
take just a second to pause, and before you can even kind of register and process and get through your own emotional thoughts on what you should do in this situation, boom, all of a sudden you can start to hear Jinx offer therapy.
I'll walk out ahead of Jinx to meet Torin.
Sorry
Go ahead.
to cut you off, X. I will say, as soon as I hear Jinx talking about the therapy, I'm kind of like standing there above the hatch with like my arms crossed, and as soon as I hear that, I know it's done, and I go to just leave the front and stand by the front of the church.
Yeah, because I just meet Torin and say it's done. We're gonna go ahead and bury him now.
Look, just staring at the ground as you say that, and then I just walk off to where that little that smaller
Hold on. So as all this is happening simultaneously, Torrin, as you're walking towards the front door, you can see Father and Ismark on their return. Ismark makes eyes with you as you hit the doorway, and you watch as he kind of reaches over and that's Father Donavich's shoulder, and he begins walking towards you. Father Donavich stays probably about 200 yards away from the church entrance. I take it the deed's done.
Without saying a word, I just close my eyes and just nod my head.
Right. Where are the others?
I suspect coming back up the hatch any minute.
Right. Would you mind? Would you mind going and saying a couple words to Father Donovan while I go help the others?
Of course.
Donavich.
Yes.
Coming up the stairs with Doru's body, do I see any tapestries or drapes or blankets
so
or anything to wrap the body in?
Yeah, so I mean, while this place is definitely battle ridden, you would be able to find a tapestry or even one of like the pew covers. There's linen that you could find or a cloth of some sort to cover his body if you wanted to.
Okay. So I would do that immediately as soon as I find it. That's the first thing I do, and then I carry the body out to the altar by the rope under the bell, and lay him across the altar, and then go out front to wait for Father Donavich to come back because I don't know he's back. And I just step outside, having done that. My intent is to find him and ask where he wants the child buried, and give him the opportunity to say goodbye.
Okay. So with that, as you take a second, I'd imagine once the deed's done, you just come back upstairs, find the linen, and then go down, wrap him, and then bring him up. During this whole process, as you're coming back up and you're approaching the main altar at the front of the church by the bell, you hear footsteps on the wood floor behind you. As you turn to look, it's Ismark coming in.
Okay.
I take it everything went okay. At least as okay as it could.
As okay as it could.
He didn't hurt any of you, did he?
One of us hurt ourselves, but
As you see me over here field
that's
dressing.
that's not his fault.
I had a feeling. Easiest way to bait a vampire is with blood.
Jinx just nods.
So I know we planned on burying my father and leaving out of here. Because it's his son, he does have a bit longer of a request. It's tradition for him to be buried at midnight so he can have his final goodbye. I know that's not ideal for any of us, but this would also give me and Ireena a chance to say our final goodbye to our father as well. Is that okay?
Objectively, it doesn't change our plans at all. We are here not by choice. So Ireena's the one that wants to get to Krezk. You want us to get Ireena to Krezk, so it's your timeline, not mine. I have to discuss it with the team. Thank you, my love. I would have to discuss it with the rest of the team, but realistically, it's not our timeline. As of the moment, we don't have anything urgent we have to do.
I recognize that. It's just I just don't want to take advantage of.
No, I understand, and I'm sure the rest of the team will very much appreciate the gesture. I just need to discuss it with them before I give you a yes or a no.
Perfectly fine. How long do you think you'll need? I'm sure, regardless, Father Donavich is going to want a little bit of time with this.
I probably need no more than 5 or 10 minutes. We'll have a decision for you.
Weird question. Father Donavich mentioned
just like a strip across the middle.
Father Donavich mentioned that his son may have had a medallion of his. You didn't happen to find that, did you?
It was still around the neck.
He kind of looks around for it. Is it still?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my property. I would not take it.
Fine. I'm sure he'll take it back anyways. All right. Well, take all the time you need. Ireena should hopefully be here soon. Yeah. And he's just kind of right now just at a loss for words. Like, you just kind of tell that like he's just emotionally just burned the fuck out, and
right.
Or in the moment. But yeah, that's fine. He walks back outside.
Okay. I go over to the other two that are still inside, so Graven and Xavath, and just give them a rundown of what the ask was, and give them the same explanation I gave to Ismark. we don't have anything urgent to do. I recognize that he wants us to take Ireena to Krezk, and that's their urgency. And I recognize that by taking on this task, we absorb or adopt their urgency. I understand that, but still, wanted to have this conversation before you agreed or disagreed to do it.
I'm gonna grab a drink real quick while you guys are doing this.
Yep.
My response: we made a commitment to move them, so whatever their timetable is, we have to follow.
Yes, I agree.
Works for me.
I went on a high guy tirade. So, we're going to stick around and do what they need us to do. It's their timetable, not ours.
Okay.
Consequences that come from that are based on their decisions, not ours.
Well, I mean, with that, you all have, I would say it's probably about 3 in the afternoon, 3 or 4. You guys got a little bit of time on you to do whatever prep, or if you guys have anything to do. If not, you can hang out. You can go to the merchant store if you want to. Go for it.
Are we able to fully bury the Burgomaster, or do we have to wait for him to?
He's the one that's at midnight.
The boys at midnight, not the Burgomaster.
No, I mean, there's nothing going on. If you all wanted to go ahead, that's fine.
I can go ahead and get whatever tasks we can done. All done.
Yeah.
Or dig the boys' grave if that's cool.
It's already dug.
Okay.
The one that's already out back.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Got it.
Does Donavich say anything to me whilst I walk over to him, or is it more of a just I keep him company?
Doesn't have much really to say. Just looks at you, his eyes bloodshot. Still crying silently. Without looking at you and making eye contact, he's purposely like avoiding, right? It's one of those situations.
Yeah.
He just says, I know it was the right thing.
I put my hand on his shoulder, and Torrin has the look of someone who's also close to breaking down about this. And I just say to him, your son is free.
Foolish boy. I'll just follow someone who promised hopes and dreams, who boosted his ego. Should have known better. I should have known better. He wipes his eyes. We can't change what's done, can we?
Much as we wish we could change the past, can't. And I know that more than anyone.
I'm really expecting that shit. Expecting too bold.
I know it's a natural part of life, but like this. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to go say my goodbyes.
Of course.
Head hung down as he starts walking away. You can hear him murmuring what sounds like the beginning of a prayer. As he walks away, he says, "Oh, morning, Lord." And by that point, he's mumbling so softly that you can't really make anything else out. But he does start to make his way back towards the church, where you guys, by this point, you would have him up on the altar. Yeah, you guys would probably already be out.
As soon as Jinx passes Father Donavich, he stops him gently and asks if he already has a headstone, having known that he already dug the grave.
Just shakes his head no. Usually, usually the headstones aren't ready for another 4 or 5 months after the burial, unless it's known that the death is coming. I'm sure you already saw the. I should have ordered it. I should have put the request in.
May I make you one?
You can do that.
I'll have it ready by tomorrow morning. Was Doru's last name the same as yours? It was Donavich?
Yes.
And what was his birthday?
He would tell you.
Okay. I would say thank you, and I would go back in the church and find the biggest piece of wood I could find from the destroyed pews. And then I would take it out with me.
You could find wood or stone, whichever you wanted to work with.
Yeah, whichever one's free and I'm able to take with me. I mean, stone would probably hold up better.
Yeah, I mean, which one which one do you want? I mean, because I mean, you okay? Yeah, yeah. You could totally find, especially since it's a, I mean, for lack of better terms, like a child's grave,
Right.
or a kid. You know what I mean, or a small adult, whatever you want to call it. You don't necessarily need a big piece of stone.
Right.
You could definitely find something to work.
Okay, I would take that with me. And in the downtime we have between the burial at midnight, the long rest that I'm going to take at night, I'm just going to work on this over the course.
Okay.
And kid's name, birth date, death date, and decorate it on the front in a nice way, something that resembles what I've picked up from the dad and the church and all that shit. Try to keep it like on brand.
Okay. Everything. Oh, go for it.
Bothered me since the other part of this campaign. Do we even know what today's date is?
Nope, still don't.
That's fair. Yeah. I guess I would ask the priest.
Yeah, I mean,
And whatever he tells me, I will put on.
Yeah, exactly. So you wouldn't know, but yes, if you ask what today's date is, he would 100% tell you whatever the day is.
That's what Jinx is doing unless something comes up that would keep him from doing that.
I personally would be staying next to the body as the father came over. I would be doing my own silent farewell. As the father approached, I would step backwards away from the body a bit to give him the space. I would still stay close enough. Just because we just don't know. We don't know the anatomy of these things.
Okay. I would say as you're working on the tombstone and everything, you guys are just waiting for Ireena to get here to finish up the rites and the burial rites for her father. After I would say about an hour, Father Donavich comes out and looks at all of you and says, I just wanted to thank you. We can go ahead and prepare the grave. He kind of looks over at Ismark. I really appreciate you all staying and helping with this tonight. Essentially, we just can't read him his rights until the stroke of midnight when the bell tolls.
Why?
You'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
The last chance to truly say goodbye. And as he says that, Ismark, you all notice, kind of nods. Says, it'll be good to see them one last time.
I'll go back to making the headstone.
You guys go ahead and get the bodies, both of them, in their graves. You don't throw any dirt on until Ireena gets there. Ireena gets there probably about 5 o'clock at night, like just before sundown. She comes and greets all of you and gets immediately kind of taken back by the somber atmosphere that's going on, because obviously she has no idea what happened to Doru. She knew what was Doru, but Ismark kind of fills her in on everything. Once she's there, you all assemble, and Father Donavich goes ahead and says his final prayer, starting as you've heard him a couple times now, praying to the Morning Lord. Only now he again has his medallion hanging from his neck, and he grabs it. You can tell the one side of the golden medallion is almost rubbed smooth, and as you look at it, where like one of the sun rays would be, as he sits there, when he holds it, he rubs right there, right? He does one of these things. It's like a nervous tick of his. Final words are said. You all go ahead and fill in and say goodbye to the Burgomaster. Without really any time in between, Father Donavich says, I guess we can go ahead and do the same for my son. Same thing. Same prayer. Nothing special about it. You all can notice that he almost had more emotion with the Burgomaster than his own son. And it's not like a deception or anything. It's just like he's almost disassociating himself from this situation to get through it.
First thing you do in trauma.
Again, you all finish the rites. The only thing he asks is that he can put the final level of dirt. Grave. Besides that, you all have until midnight. I would say it's 6 by this point, right? It doesn't take that long. Say like 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. You'll have time to chill out, do whatever. Does anybody do anything in the downtime?
Considering this, I probably would be just resting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to short rest and heal up.
Yeah, I'll definitely short rest too. I don't need a heal or anything, but I'm going to do it.
Okay. Sweet.
Well, can I short rest and work on the headstone at the same time?
Yeah, dude. Short rests for like 15 minutes for me. We all know this.
I know.
Yep.
Gravy, baby.
What's the actual rule for a short rest? Is it like an hour in fucking?
I think so, yeah. And then a long rest is 8. Or no, a short rest is like 2 or 3, isn't it?
A short rest? It's garbage.
It's stupid.
You guys
Yeah,
are retarded.
really long.
I haven't had a short rest yet.
I think it's an hour. I want to say it's like an hour for a short rest or some shit. It's fucking retarded. Like, who the fuck?
At least 1 hour. It says it when you click on it.
Yeah, I'm in the dungeon. I'm gonna just sit in this room for an hour.
Chill for a minute.
Yeah, no, that's
during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I changed it to like anywhere between 5 to like 15 minutes, depending on what you guys are trying to do.
I'm just resting, right?
Okay.
Just hanging out, chilling.
That's what everyone's doing. Okay.
That pile lady.
Okay.
Like, bitch, we ain't living in town like a slice of pie. Fuck all ya.
No, that's perfectly fine. Would you go looking for said pie lady?
I'm not putting effort into it if she happens to be around where I look, but I ain't leaving the group.
Okay. During this time, Graven, your downtimes, you all are hanging out. You would notice this lovely little old lady pulling this little cart behind her. It's a 3-tiered cart, and she has a bunch of baked goods on it. And you watch her, almost like an ice cream man. She has a little bell that dings as she kind of pulls, and with each step, her cadence, the bell kind of ding, 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 ding. You watch her kind of go around the streets of Barovia a couple times, and a couple other people buy these pies. She seems to be coming around again. If you would want to go up and get a pie, you're more than welcome to get a pie.
I would. I'm intrigued by all these pies.
As you walk up, it's a smorgasbord of various pies, apple, cherry, strawberry rhubarb. She even has a couple little pastry puffs. You walk up to her, she just makes the comment, you all must be new in town.
That we are. What's your best pie you have?
What do you usually like, my dear? I've got, and she starts listing it off. I mean, she literally has, like, well, everything I just said. Like, she has, I mean, it's only like one of each, right? There's a couple spots missing. She says that there was a peach pie, but she just sold that recently. Probably about 15 minutes ago. You missed out. That's one of her best sellers. But she does recommend this particular pie, and she pulls it up, and it's a beautiful, beautiful 13-inch pie with like the most perfect browned crust, or like glaze, like egg wash. As she kind of hands it over, like for you to whiff it, it just smells like apple and cinnamon.
I'll take it. The whole pie.
The whole pie. All right. She thinks for a second. Since you're new and I like to treat new customers, just 1 silver, please.
450 gold.
Yeah, right? 700 gold. You want the pie.
I give her 2 silver and thank her.
She kind of takes back that. I only said 1, my dear.
I understand.
Hmm.
But as good as I've heard, I'll be back for another.
Well, hopefully you will. Is it just you?
I got
She
crew
kind of
back
like
here.
looks around. All right. Well, if any of them need anything, I'll be around town for about another hour or so before I head back home.
Sounds good. Be safe.
You too, my dear. Thank you. And again, she just takes it, and you hear just the creaking of the wood wheels on the wood spokes, and just that bell, just every once in a while, just ting 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 ting, as she just goes on her merry little way selling pies.
I walked straight over to Jinx, like, Jinx, can you tell if there's anything weird about this pie? Asking for, like, purify it or... see any magic on it.
Are you asking me to cast Detect Magic, or are you asking me to cast Purify Food and Water?
Detect magic, see if it's bad, and then if it is, then purify it.
Purifying it wouldn't remove the magic. It would just keep it from diseasing you or infecting you with anything.
What is it
I'll
good
cast
to eat?
Detect Magic, see if there's anything up with it.
So you're seeing if the pie is magical?
I was asked to see if it was magical, so I'm seeing if it's magical.
It is magical. It's fucking apple pie.
I'm gonna right. Ain't that the goddamn truth? And there's cinnamon.
That's
Fucking
It's-
right.
It's a pie. It's a pie, buddy.
Yeah,
It's a
and I
fucking
just-
pie.
It's a pie.
I just look back at Graven and very mechanically say, "It's pie."
All right,
And then just out of earshot, but you still hear it. Is it apple?
apple cinnamon.
I thought it.
I will pull my fork out of my mess kit and take a bite.
Burn a spell.
Sneaking out my ass. 'Cause I definitely. I would.
Grab your fork and as you go to eat it, this is one of the most lovely pies you've ever eaten in your life. It's the perfect balance of crispy crust with just that warm, gooey, solid apple pieces, but just soft enough. You know what I mean? Like, I know you know. Like, if you got a good apple pie, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And the only thing that can make this better is if you had a scoop of ice cream. Like, you don't.
But you pretend you do.
You can, yes, yes, yes. With that,
Creamy ice cream. Ice.
you go ahead and do you just take one bite? Like, what? Are you eating the whole thing? Like, what we? So the pie has 6 slices. I'll put it that way.
I'm taking a slice. There's not a question.
Yeah, I mean, I'll offer the ones that can actually take the food into their bodies or whatever. I'll offer to them after they see I don't die after taking the first bite. But I will at least finish my slice, if not 2.
I take food into my body too. I have a mouth. I have taste receptors.
Okay, well, you want some fucking pie, Jinx?
No.
Nah, it's wasted on the robot.
Okay, so everybody but Jinx is eating
Like,
pie.
I'm like right here already finishing my slice. Going.
All of you, it's the most immaculate pie you've ever tasted. It's the same description, and it's so good that I need everyone to make a con save for me that ate the pie.
Okay.
Yep, except for Jinx.
Knew it. I knew it was coming. I was like,
Oh no. Ha, 15.
23.
13.
Pretty much immediately upon finishing your piece, X and Torin,
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of drowsiness begins to come over you.
We've been refeed.
You fight as hard as you can to keep your eyes open, but
I cannot
This-
be put to sleep by magic.
can't.
I cannot.
Okay. Well, you still feel drowsy.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
can't go.
Well, then, Torin,
So long, people.
you as hard as you fight it, you drift off to sleep.
I figured
everybody-
that's what you were going with, and I was like, no, you not today.
Everyone sees this happen. Torin, I need you to go into whisper with me.
Oh, for fuck.
I love it.
So as you
All right.
all were leaving, Jinx saw him fall asleep, and he replicated the sound of a sigh. Jinx doesn't feel emotions like that, but he knows it fits. So he's just like, and he looks back and forth between Graven and Xavath.
I'm just sitting
Yes.
there like I took a gummy and I'm chilling. That's what that shit is. I'm like, it's all right. We'll be
Um,
fine.
Was there something in the pie?
Probably.
As you all kind of watch him, just like he doesn't pass out, like he lays down willingly
He goes to sleep.
and goes to sleep. No matter how hard you try to wake him for the next 8 hours, he's zonked. He's zonked.
Let me tell you
Alright.
something. If I had a
So, as the night goes on, Mr. Torin is completely zonked out. Graven, what do you... Wait, hold on. What do you do with the rest of the pie?
It's still like 1 a.m. It's still middle of
Not
the
yet.
night. We just finished. Oh, we're not quite there yet, but we're almost there.
We're getting there. We're getting
Okay,
there.
got it.
We're getting to midnight now.
Well, seeing that
I'm gonna miss the fucking funeral.
we'll weekend at Bernie, you. I'll take the rest of the pie and just kind of stash it away. Kind of preserve
During the
it in my
downtime,
food
okay,
kit.
Bag of holding, so it doesn't get fucked up.
There you go.
Boom.
during the downtime,
Useful.
Ismark would come back and see Torin just racked out. What happened to him?
He had the pie.
You look as his eyes get big. That's my apologies. I told you the pies were lovely, but they can have a side effect, and clearly he's figured it out. He looks around, like counting everybody else. He's like, nobody else fell asleep.
Some are tougher than others.
You all ate the pie.
Meanwhile, in the background, because I am drowsy, I'm like, not sleeping, but I'm sort of.
I Well, if you have more, I would just ask that you don't consume it when we have things to do. I'm sorry, that's my fault. I should have told you. A potential side effect of this is to fall asleep. Now, I will say he's thoroughly enjoying this sleep, and I guarantee you when he wakes up, he's gonna say it was the best sleep he ever had. It has medicinal properties. The ladies,
All the pies have the same effect.
I personally have never had one. Any kind of like, say what?
They all put you to sleep, though.
Yeah, they
Who's telling us this?
Ismark. They have the same effect as when you drink too much wine. Yeah, when you get drunk, you get sleepy.
Well, I don't get drunk or sleepy, but I understand the reference.
The only difference is this has a medicinal benefit of letting you see things.
He's hallucinating.
Yeah, he's high as fuck.
I popped the fucking 2,000 milligram going when I thought it was a 20.
Ismark literally just like when you when you say that, he's like that. Yeah, but from what I understand, it takes you to your happiest memories of life. That's why people love him. I will say when he wakes up, he's probably gonna have a hankering for another slice. I would be careful of giving it to him.
Let's not tell him that it's in the bag of holding then. And Jinx is going to pick him up and carry him inside and put him in one of the beds that are in there.
He might have an addiction problem to it when he wakes up. It doesn't affect everybody, clearly. But I've known a few folks who do fall to the sleep, and when they wake, they crave nothing more than another piece of that pie. I would just be prepared.
Okay.
He won't turn violent. I've never seen that, but
okay.
He's gonna really want more pie.
Okay. Well, again, it's in the bag of holding. We just don't need to tell him it's in the bag of holding. It's on my person.
Right.
I don't want to lie to him about it.
No,
Only he'll need to volunteer for information.
This is one of the craziest days I've ever had in my life. I'm terribly sorry. I know I recommended it, and I should have. Full disclosure, it won't happen again. I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right. I kind of see a little humor in this.
When in Rome, right?
He's sucks for him. He's gonna miss the ceremony, but I'm sure you all will be able to paint a nice picture for him.
I'm sure he's indifferent to it, but I understand your point.
Well, if he's comfy, it's probably like it's like 11:30 at this point. Father Donovan comes back out, only he's not in his normal black robe like he was earlier. He's in more of a ceremonial type gown that has the giant symbol that on his medallion of the Morning Lord is now on his entire chest embroidered. He asks everybody to kind of embarrassingly take a seat where you can in the church. He stands up on the pew and grabs a book, most likely a prayer book, and sets it down on the cement table and on the altar, and he begins to read, "O Lord, Lord of blessed light, and patron of new beginnings, we commend into thy mercy and thy radiance, Master Poilan Indirovich, now departed hence from us and gone evermore into your glory. We beseech thee to grant unto him thy mercy and everlasting peace. As thou deliverest him from the from this everlasting darkness into infinite light, from pestilence into growth, from shadow into day, and from death into new life." And he looks up, not at you all, but literally up. "Grant him entrance into your land of light and joy, and the fellowship of thy saints, and in the brilliance of thy presence, by your will and your grace." And again, he repeats it, this time choking up a little bit. In the beginning, when he said, "We commend into thy mercy and thy radiance," where he said, "Master Colian," he pauses. Without saying a word, and just skips forward to the next verse. You all watch as he physically chokes up. He can't say his son's name. After that, he walks up to a candelabra that has 3 black candles on it. One by one lights. The stroke of midnight, he reaches over to his left and pulls down the string of the bell, ringing it 12 times. The 12th bell rings, without saying a word to any of you. He speaks into the atmosphere. Time to say goodbye. And starts making his way to the entrance of the church to walk outside. I take it you all follow?
Yeah.
Ismark gets up. Everybody starts to get up.
As we're walking out, Jinx would lean over to Xavath and say, "Why didn't he say his son's name?"
Ireena, who's sitting behind you, just without even thinking, just whispers into your ear, "Because it's too hard for him."
"Why didn't you say his name?"
"Names don't always need to be said."
And go right back to walking.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly fine. Doot. You all reach the front door. Father Donavich walks around towards the graveyard. In a particular spot just next to the oak tree where his son's buried, and looks to the north, where you can see Castle Ravenloft. If you guys go into my photo references, the one just above the Barovia map.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's technically like the east side of town. So the church is like right at the cliff of the castle. You see where I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You can see the graveyard back there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We're behind it to the right.
Yep. Walks back to that area, and air becomes bone-chillingly still, and a green hue seems to appear out of nowhere, illuminating the entire cemetery. One by one, this green hue kind of wraps around the headstones and manifests into what to you all would be ghost.
I do want to say that I would have put the headstone at the head of the grave prior to going inside for the ceremony, so it would already be in place just for RP reasons.
Yeah. As this swirling green energy takes form from every grave, out pops hundreds of, I guess, apparitions, for lack of better terms. Various races. Some of them are dowdy women toting great swords, wood-wise men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointy hats. One by one, they file in line, and all begin to walk down that road, almost in a marching pattern, towards Castle Ravenloft. After about 20 minutes of this, and there's only like 30 gravestones in the cemetery, right? But it's like one after another, just keep coming up from each of these sites. After about 30 minutes, you all hear Ismark say, "It's time, Ireena." I know. Another minute goes by, and the ghostly apparition of the man that you all just buried comes out of the ground. And you hear Ismark whimper. As you look over, he wipes his eye, and he says, "My father bore all the qualities of a great burgomaster. He was kind, compassionate, and just. But above all else, he was our father," and he grabs Ireena's hand. "The man who taught us to choose courage over fear, hope over despair, and laughter over sorrow. Even though he has left us, his lessons and memories never will. May he find rest in the morning Lord's embrace, and may his legacy never be forgotten." You notice that Ireena's watching and staring as this apparition falls right in line in the ranks and begins to march towards Castle Ravenloft. And as she sits there fiddling with the ring on her finger in an anxious state. She says quietly, "When you found me, I was a stranger. A child lost in the woods. You and Mother took me in. You cared for me and loved me as your own. When I was asked why, you only ever said because I needed it." She falters for a minute, choking on her own words. After 5 to 10 second pause, says, "I can never hope to repay what you gave me. But just as you did, I will never stop trying to help those who need it." Her and Ismark embrace, and she begins to cry. And they both say, "Goodbye, Father." As this is happening, Father Donavich, you notice, is walking side by side with his son's apparition. He even tries to reach out for one last touch, for one last embrace. It goes right through. The apparition never turns, never acknowledges the existence of any of the living. As you watch the March of the Dead walk towards Castle Ravenloft, you hear Father Donavich finally speak. And that's the final goodbye. They now spend eternity marching to this fucking castle every night to bid his doing. He now owns them.
I don't think Jinx would react in any capacity emotionally, just because of who he is. But I think he would also comprehend that that's some heavy shit. And whoever is standing closest to him, he's going to awkwardly put his arm around them.
I learned this.
Yep.
I get it. I get it.
It'd be more like a
Get out of there.
Hey, Jinx,
comfort
Why
one
you-
of the
I'm not affected.
Why are you touching me?
So with that, what are you guys doing? So,
Sleeping.
I mean, afterwards, Father Donavich would, if you all reconsolidated in the church, he obviously would thank you all. And offer, I know it's not a lot, but there are a couple rooms in the church. He can muster up some blankets if you guys want to actually wreck out. You're more than welcome to stay, and you're always welcome at the church. Always.
Well, we don't know when he's going to wake up.
True.
And
Carrying him may be a pain unless we get the cart from Ismark. Is Donavich around still?
Yeah.
I would ask him whenever it felt like the right moment, as good as I can judge those things. I would ask him if the headstone was acceptable or not.
Without
We didn't
saying
go through details on that or anything.
right. Without saying a word to you, he just literally embraces you.
Oh.
Just full on, just like, it's one of the tightest hugs that you've ever experienced, without like it being a monster trying to squeeze the life out of you.
Yeah. No, I would register the intensity of the emotion felt by the words, and I would log that, I guess.
Your physical
I would
touch.
try to hug him back, but it would be very gentle and very like,
fucking Baymax from Big Hero 6.
yes.
Yeah. I rewatched that the other week of the group.
Ismark would come up and say, "It's up to you all if you want to stay here, and that's more than fine. We could also just go back for the night.
I can shut down anywhere as you've found. It's
Well,
up to the rest of the group.
Our friend is here, asleep.
We can use the cart.
Oh, by all means, we could put Torin in the car to take him back. That's not a big deal.
It would be proper to ask. I apologize.
No. There's no need. It's up to you all.
If you're willing, then yes. Let's do that.
Of course, I feel like we've all earned a good night's rest. Besides Mr. Pie Eater over here.
I somehow stick out my middle finger whilst I'm sound asleep.
How can you do that?
Okay.
Must be the wind.
Good dreams, I see.
Other Donavich would ask you all, or he wouldn't ask you anything. He would just let you all know that if you have any questions or anything that he might be able to help you with your travels, he's always here for you. Even if it's not right now, he understands that you all have more pressing matters to take care of. But if you do in fact need anything, he's always here and forever grateful.
Jinx would ask what kind of services he can provide. Very clinically.
Yeah, he would explain prayer. Foods, linen, that sort of thing. If you need contacts in other villages as far as priest or holy individuals go, he'd be more than willing to give you any of that information as well.
Good to know.
So, and Ismark says he's pretty sure that he also knows a lot of these individuals, but you never know. Who knows who? So, Ismark says he'll try to get a list if Father Donovan or Donavich feels up to it. But if we don't have anything else to do here, then we said our final goodbyes, and we should probably get rest before heading out early in the morning.
Cool.
Let's go.
As you all make your way back to the mansion, you all get inside without issue. There's no attacks. There's no nothing. The atmosphere is eerily calm. And obviously there's a pretty somber tone to just everything right now. As you all get back, just before going in, Ireena turns as she goes to open the door and says, I do have one last thing I need to take care of first thing in the morning. If we can be ready to leave by noon, that'd be wonderful. I'll be back by then, I promise. Mark takes a second and is like, bickering back and forth. Like, Ireena, we need to leave. And she says, it's important. And they bicker for a minute, but ultimately, Ismark sighs in defeat, knowing that he's not going to change her opinions or change her mind. Says, fine, it's fine. That'll give plenty of time for us to prepare for, I guess, 3 days travel. It'll give Torin plenty of time to come back to.
You require an accompaniment on your journey tomorrow morning?
No, I don't think so. I just need to go pick up my chest plate. I had a little bit of work done to it. It's just on the other side of town.
Under it may be good to have somebody go with you.
It's perfectly okay. You all can get all your stuff ready, and I don't want to impose. I'm literally just got to go to the other side of town, and Ismark speaks up. it's literally just on the other side. She had a couple alterations done. A little bit of an extension on the neck.
It's your all's decision. I'm just offering the service.
Ismark looks at her and it's up to you if you want somebody to escort you. And she immediately stops him and says, Ismark, I don't need it. I understand that I need to leave, but I don't want to play these hypocritical political stances in games. I still walk on my own free will.
Being precautious isn't necessarily hypocritical, nor is it a need. It's not a necessity. Being precautious is being precautious by nature. It's not something you need to do. It is a conscious and educated step to preservation.
You are not wrong, Jinx. Sometimes it can be a little more complicated than that.
Okay.
And she looks at Ismark and says, I'll be ready to go by noon. Ismark nods. Turns to you all as you all walk in. She heads to her quarters. Ismark looks at you all. Says, well, I would suggest everyone pack in for 3 days travel. It shouldn't take us that long, but rather be safe than sorry.
Do you have any provisions we can or should bring with us?
Got enough food and water that I can supply all of us for those 3 days if need be.
What about the 3 days journey back? Or whatever journeys lays beyond that, I suppose.
Well,
what is your
I mean,
intent after we drop her off?
Well, my ultimate intent is to come back and try to rebuild the village of Barovia. I'm pending we can get her out to Krezk. That's.
Will you make that journey back on your own? If we are to go to Valaki for the wine issue that we've fallen out of character here, but the wine issue that Vistani told us about.
That's in. No, that's in Krezk.
Oh, okay.
Is the wine.
Valaki is where
Valaki, right? So like out of game. There are 3 main like towns in Barovia, right? So Barovia, the village, is on the eastern side. In the middle of Barovia is Valaki, and then on the far west side is Krezk.
Okay. So he would ask, do you intend to travel back on your own from Valaki? I believe, we haven't discussed it, but assuming that I am correct, I believe we're going on to Krezk after we drop Ireena off at Valaki.
I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear. I plan on seeing this all the way through with you all to Krezk.
Jinx would immediately look around to the rest of the group and is that okay kind of? It's very on the nose. He's not hiding anything, but
yeah.
More of is that cool?
No qualms with it.
As you guys are kind of all looking around, he goes on to explain. So within Krezk, there's a safe haven, if you will, the Abbey of Saint Markovia. But they should be able to keep her safe, or hell, maybe even figure out a way to get her out of here. Haven't really thought past that yet. I don't know how I'm getting back.
Okay, well, I guess we can cross that proverbial bridge or potentially literal bridge when we get there.
Perfectly fine. There are different means of travel. I could always just catch a carriage back if I need to. The land's relatively safe as long as you play by its rules and by his rules. If he wants you dead, you're dead. As long as you don't get on his bad side, though. It's usually okay.
Jinx immediately turns and looks over at Graven.
Ismark kind of catches this and is like,
We're fine.
"It's I'll prepare everything for us to venture out in the morning. And whenever Ireena's ready to go, we will go ahead and head out. There is a halfway stop that we can make by the Cellar pool. Every once in a while, there is some Vistani there. It makes for an easy pit stop. It's only maybe 2 hours from here, depending we don't run into any issues. And we shouldn't during the day.
Should we be hiding when we camp out at night? Should we be cautious? I know that you were worried about the animals outside, assuming you were concerned that he would be able to watch us through them.
It's
We had to worry about as
yeah,
well
it's
during the journey.
so certainly. And he kind of stumbles over his words, just trying to figure out how to tell you all this without like scaring you. He's trying to explain the rules of the world, right? So you see, things are different during the night. Creatures appear essentially out of thin air. It's just a lot more hazardous to travel or stay out at night. That's why usually when we do travel it's during the day, and we have these pit stops where if we need safety, we have it, at least in numbers. Again, the Vistani, for some reason, have the ability to move freely around. That's usually why anytime we have to go from here to Svalich, if need be, we stop at the Cellar pool.
How far is that from here?
About 2 hours.
About 2 hours. So
2 hours?
yeah, we shouldn't need to by any means. Say what?
It's a 3-day trip, and that's 2 hours in?
So from here to Krezk is a 3-day trip.
I see.
I'm preparing for the entire trip, not just to Svalich.
Understood. I thought velocity was
Oh, no. Svalich would take us 4 to 5 hours.
Okay, so that portion of the travel, moving Ireena during the day, has a high probability of keeping Strahd from knowing where she is being delivered to.
During the conversation with Ismark, I will be slowly in sign language, just enough so that Jinx will be paying attention, and I'll repeat the phrase until he at least acknowledges with just a simple head shake or anything, just because that's how we usually communicate in odd situations, and he knows that from me, and it'd be more like, we cannot save everyone.
Okay.
And that's the only thing I'll repeat, just slowly, just a couple of times. And
As soon
once
as
I
you
get-
did it, just a very slight head nod in acknowledgement.
that would be it.
So
God damn. It's killing me.
the next day arrives.
Oh, did we rest?
Hell
You all rest.
yeah.
Everyone who ate
Bug
said
bread?
everyone who ate said pie. One Lucius, or not Lucius, Jesus Christ, wrong campaign. Torn. I need
Remember that one.
I need a
Yeah, but was
conversation.
I that out of it?
Turned into Lucius.
It was all a fever dream, dude. Vampires aren't real.
19.
Okay. Um, everyone who ate a piece of pie, all of your hit dice are restored, which no one I think has burned through any yet. And all three of you wake up with 2d4 temp hit points.
Lucky. With an addiction.
Well, technically, the only one
Well,
that
I-
has addiction it would be Connor.
Yes.
Because I didn't, even though I failed.
You
the
wake up.
con- I can't-
You wake up a little foggy, but well rested. You haven't slept that well in your entire life. You wake up with a smile on your face, reminiscing. When you finally come to, you have that brief moment when you realize that you were just dreaming, and the reality of your current situation kind of sinks back in on you.
How do I add the temp?
You don't feel a need to eat another
Yes.
piece.
Addiction gone. Thank
Hey,
fuck.
hey, you did it, bro.
I was only addicted in my sleep, boys.
Let's go.
We have 3 pieces left, right?
Yeah,
Yes. What's that cart lady's name? Did we get that information?
you did not get that. It's just it's the pastry lady. We'll call her that.
Got it.
And they are called dream pastries. That way you know what it's called.
Got it.
I do not use as written in the book. I use a homebrewed third-party thing because it's a lot more fun. Meanwhile, Connor's over here like, "Fuck you! It's not fun at all."
Well, after he started talking about the fucking the levels to it, I was like, oh no. I'm just glad I got rid of it before it ever took effect.
Just tap Torn on the face. I'm like, "You're right, Bob."
I added 3 slices of dream pastry to the party inventory.
Good sleep.
I tell you what, that was the greatest sleep I've had in years. Best sleep I've had in years.
Okay. As you all wake up, you come downstairs as always, and like the day before, there's a table laid out with a spread of fruits, bread, the normal stuff. There are also 6 individual, I guess, like blankets rolled up in a row along the wall that has everybody's rations, water skin, all that you all can just kind of put onto your pack however you need or see fit.
I immediately distribute my rations and water skin to the rest of the party. Instantly. First thing I do.
Okay. In the main parlor, you all can hear a conversation happening. You can tell that Ismark is talking to at least 2 other individuals. Would you guys investigate or just kind of prepare for the day?
I would investigate quietly.
Oh, before that though, I would ask Jinx to potentially send the a familiar with the lady to try to
Is
just
she-
follow her.
Unless she's already gone.
Well, she's already gone, right?
Is Ireena around?
She's gone. There's no sign of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would go wherever I could hear this conversation from quietly without anybody knowing
Okay.
that I'm there.
Yeah, I mean, the doors to the parlor, it's where their father's casket originally was when you all first came in.
Yeah.
Doors are wide open. They're talking at normal volume. There's nothing inconspicuous or suspicious about this. But as you get within actual earshot where you can hear this, you hear Ismark say, was there any sign of Gretchen? Or wait, what's her name? Oh, fuck, it's not Gretchen. It's fucking, oh, what's her fucking name? Gertuda. Yeah, there it is. Gertuda.
Gertuda.
And a soft male voice says, no, we've been searching everywhere. I searched the Null. We walked all along the river. There's been no sign of her. And a female voice, louder, more dominant, says, can we all just accept the fact that she's either dead or up in that godforsaken castle? It's one of the two. She's not. She's been missing for 7 days. And Ismark speaks up and says, I know, but I told Mary we'd try to find her. I don't know what else to do, and I appreciate you two taking the time to look. It's really all we can do. And the female voice speaks up again. So, well, to be honest with you, we're not making anything off this. And some old crazy hag who took her daughter and locked her up for years. And as she says that, as Mark kind of gets stern for a second, says, don't ever call her that. She is not a hag. Sure, she's a little off, but she is not one of the defiled. Female voice again says, you know what I meant. So, well, words mean things. And even if we don't like people, we still respect them.
I like Ismark.
Again, I appreciate it. If there's nothing to report, that's perfectly fine. But also have some fucking sympathy. We all go through loss. Remember that. And that same female voice says, you're not wrong, Burgomaster. And he said, don't give false titles. I'll never fill those shoes.
It's just fucking up left and right.
He pretty much just uppercut the fuck out of it. Like, shut up.
And the soft male voice speaks up again. Says, I guess we'll try to look for another day or two. I don't know. We don't mean any offense. It's just anytime we go out there and Ismark speaks up, I know the risks. And I'm forever grateful, but at least I want to be able to tell the woman that we tried. When you have to call it quits, I understand. I'll find somebody else to try to go out. But we're going to keep searching until we find her dead or alive. And you hear the soft-spoken male voice say, yes, Burgomaster. And two individuals come walking out of the parlor. Not really paying any mind to you, Jinx, unless you talk to him. Like, you're standing there, but you're just in the hall. Like, they know that you guys are there.
No, I'm not going to say anything. In fact, I'm going to walk over next to Xavath and stand by him for a moment.
They walk out. They nod at you, friendly. Both are human. Woman has blonde hair. You don't have to write this down. They're just flavor pieces. But blonde-haired human woman wearing plate armor.
Okay.
Male is a little shorter, still human, not halfling short, but only about 5 foot. Brown hair, wearing leather medium armor with a bow strapped to his back. As they walk out, you can hear the conversation of just, I don't know where else to look. The female voice says, it's fine, we'll just look. And on they go. What are you boys doing?
Jinx leans over to Xavath And having heard that conversation out there, and hearing Ismark push these people to continue looking for this lost girl, and also having gotten the sign language message from Xavath before, he leans over and says, "How do you determine who to save and who not to?"
Start with an objective and keep to that. Our objective is to get her, his sister, to safety. Anybody else doesn't matter.
So stay on mission.
Done.
Okay.
You guys are just kind of waiting. Eventually, Ismark does come out and say, "Oh, good, you're all ready. As soon as Ireena returns, we'll go ahead and be on our way." I still don't really trust the movement of her without concealment. Does anybody have any ideas on how to maybe disguise her?
If you give me some time, I can probably come up with the supplies or put together a kit.
Everybody puts on a cloak.
Well, I can fabricate toolkits. Any kind of toolkit with an hour's time, including like disguise kits. And we could disguise her potentially so it just doesn't look like her. We'd have to do her brother too, I think. I mean, one could assume that us being new in town, traveling with these two people that are no longer in their house, you could piece that together, but doesn't mean we shouldn't try. God damn, I'm sorry, guys. But outside of that, I have nothing that I can really assist with, unfortunately.
I think it would be worth having some kind of disguise kit if we ever have to stop because we can't make it to our destination before nightfall.
Okay.
So then at that point, when we are resting, then we can hide food. And it's a lucky guess for anybody trying to search for her. They get one of us, we know to fight.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'd be worth burning if we're traveling during the day.
That's something it's not it's not like a slot or anything. I
Well, I'm
check
just saying, like the
burn.
kit itself, having to recreate one. Use it.
And once you have it, you kind of just have it, unless you lose it or break it or something. I think.
Yeah, it's not like a one top like a disguise kit. Yeah, I mean, unless you were doing like one of like the crazy like magical disguise kits, right? Like that are one time use.
No,
But if it's a disguise kit, it's a disguise kit.
I have disguise self as a spell, but that's self.
Right.
But I'll spend an hour if we have it before she gets back making a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean, you have you would estimate you have at least an hour, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay, so for however many hours we have, I'll roll a d4 if you want, but I'll make that many disguise kits in case we end up needing them for anything.
Okay. I mean, I'll say it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and you have at least until like 12, right? So you have 3
Okay,
that you
I'll
could.
make 3 of them.
Okay. Okay.
And then we'll have that in case we need to disguise fucking whoever. I can disguise myself. It's not an unlimited time frame, but
Okay.
Party inventory.
Is anybody proficient in disguise kits? Obviously, it can still be used.
But I don't know about anybody else. I am.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm proficient in all toolkits.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. So then you're not at a disadvantage for your performance check when you go to do this. So disguise kits, you're gonna take 3 hours to make 3 disguise kits.
Yep.
You're waiting on Ireena to come back. And I asked if anybody else was doing anything during those times, or if we're just chilling and waiting. I'm pretty sure we're just chilling and waiting. Yeah. Just want to make sure I give everybody the chance to do whatever they want to do. Okay. Roughly around 12 o'clock, Ismark comes in Said, where is she? She said she'd be back. This woman, I knew. Should have went with her. We should have went with her. He looks over at you all. Are you all ready to go?
We're just waiting on Ireena.
Yep.
We're gonna go to her.
Why? Where is she?
I think I know exactly where she is. How quick can you all be ready to leave?
We're already ready, bro.
Yep.
All right, then let's head out. He says, she probably went to the Null. I don't know why she'd go there, but she probably went to the fucking Null.
To the what?
And to the Null. He would tell you all about a place called the Lagdana Null. So, yeah, he would tell you all that she probably went out to the Lagdana Null. He would explain that this particular hill is a small, quiet hill just north of Barovia, the village of Barovia. That the hill was named after paladin by the name of Lagdana, who, according to legend, first met Burgomaster Ismark and Donavich the Great upon that hill. You don't need to go back to advanced D&D lore. That doesn't matter. It's just a little bit of flavor. Says that it's a pretty important spot to her. He explains that her and their mother used to go there a lot. So probably just went there. As you all follow, eventually you do reach that spot. And as you pass through a sea of tall grass just north of the village, a gentle knoll rises before you, bordered on the far side by the clutches of the dark Svalich woods. Plants with white feathery flowers and a sweet earthy scent seem to dance amidst the grass atop the hill. Their leaves are rustling in a whispering wind. A lonely tree stands on top of the hill, its gnarled branches reaching skyward like outstretched arms. Beneath its shade kneels a female figure. Her gaze is fixed upon the ground. Almost immediately upon seeing this, Ismark yells out, "Ireena!" And you see a head turn, and it is in fact Ireena. He says, "I just wait down here. I'll get her. I'll get her." Goes up, and they have a conversation for about 5 minutes up on top of the hill. She seems to be holding a small wooden withered chest.
I like chests.
Down with Ismark. And Ismark says, I knew I'd find her. And she says, I'm terribly sorry. I had to get some mementos before leaving. It's my mother's things. And she puts it in her backpack. And says, well, I suppose we're all good to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
So wheat. With that, up the right fucking page here. So, I'm not going to take the time to re-describe the Svalich Woods, because you all have been in these things already. We know most trees are like half dead, if not completely dead. The fog is everywhere, right? It's dreary. The mist is around, but it's not terrible. It's not harmful to any of you. But with that, do you all have a marching order for this? How are you all doing this particular part?
I would think. I don't know. Well, I don't think we would have one unless we wanted to create one on the spot. I think we would just go as we are, and whoever wants to step forward first goes first. Do we want to roll for it
Let me do it. I'm the tank anyway.
to start?
Let me just always take the lead.
Okay.
Because I mean, I got a high AC, 20 Constitution, and if I punch something with my Thunder Gauntlets, it has disadvantage on any attack against anyone but me. So.
Okay. Then, Torin, you should be.
Oh,
Next.
see, I'll probably be in the middle. Yeah, somewhere.
So me and Graven just hold the back.
Yeah, leave the two civilians in the middle.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll take lead.
Okay. As you all start to venture out, Ismark says, just keep eyes peeled. If you see anything, let me know. First checkpoint should be the Ivlis River Crossroads. It's just a Y in the path. Should be about 3 miles from here. Shouldn't take us more than an hour. As you all start your little trek, I need for Jinx to roll me a d20.
First roll with new die. Lord of the Rings dice.
I'd have found out if it's getting chucked.
6.
Okay.
God.
So, as you all set off from the silent village of Barovia, fog creeping around your feet as you pass on onto the old Svalich road. A sea of tall, pale green grass stretches out before you on either side of the road, all the way up to the edge of the Ileus River. The river's off to your all's north. The sky above is dull gray, and the clouds heavy with the promise of rain. Not too long before you all see an old arched stone bridge in the distance that spans the clear blue river ahead. Crossing it, you find yourselves on a muddy road that winds its way through the trees. The air is thick with the scent of a damp earth and decaying leaves, and the trees pressing close, casting deep shadows that carve dark gouges across the road. What's everybody's passive perception?
Not high. 12.
14.
15.
17.
What was yours, Connor?
15.
Okay. After crossing the bridge, you hear a rustling to the south and see a silhouette crouching in the misty underbrush.
Who sees it? got it.
Okay. I would call it out.
You hear female voice. Who goes there? Name yourselves.
I would just say we're just simple travelers. You?
Hear a second voice, softer voice. Say, Eza, hold on. And you hear the rustling of somebody coming out of the brush. And it is the soft-spoken man that was earlier mansion. And following behind him is the blonde-haired woman who was also there with him.
The two that were supposed to be looking for Mad Mary's daughter,
Yep.
Gertuda.
Yep.
They're stopping us.
Yeah. They come out, and immediately the soft-spoken man it's just you all. Jeez, Ireena. She just starts laughing. She was like, "And what did you think you were gonna do by just yelling, 'Who goes there?'" What? You know better. And the female speaks up, Kareza. You don't need to remember her name. Her name's Kareza, though. She speaks up and says, we didn't know, and you know how these woods are. I don't know, it just seemed like the right thing to do. It's like, and you can just see, like, the frustration on Ireena's face. Who are you looking for out here? This isn't anywhere where Gertuda would have been. And the soft-spoken man speaks up again and says, "Well, no offense, Miss Ireena, but it's not the only person we look for." She was, "Obviously, I know that. But who exactly are you looking for?" And without skipping a beat, he just replies, "The Lanston family." Oh, man, Mary's running around screaming about her daughter, but the whole family went missing at the same time. For her, or for them. Ismark speaks up. I didn't know they haven't been found yet. And conversation continues on. No, not at all. Give me 1 second. After a small conversation, there's not much there. They go on about their way, and you all go on about yours, continuing west. A little further down the road, you travel further into the woods. Muddy road guiding you deeper and further away from civilization. As the road bends, the river brushes up against you once more. As this happens, a light drizzle begins to fall, stirring a fine mist that drifts through the underbrush, just enough to make you a little cold, and over time, soak into your clothes. Hear the river.
Into his pouch and pulls out a little tin and starts rubbing little bits of wax in the joints between his armor and stuff on his body, just to keep the water out.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking inspiration point, you dumb motherfucker. Like, that's the coolest shit. Like, who thinks of that? What the fuck?
Autism.
Yeah, right. But here, the river is wider. Its water is dark and calm. You can see the reflection of the trees and fog on its surface. The sound of the quiet, trickling water is met only by the rustling of leaves and the drizzle of soft rain. No bird songs break the silence that hang over the woods. As let's see. Okay. What was the highest perception again?
17.
On this time in the eerie silence, X, you hear again shuffling coming from the south side of the road. Distant, but consistent. Sounds like multiple people walking.
Towards us?
Too far away between the distance and your all's movement currently for you to tell if it's coming towards you.
What I would do in that moment is it would be like a quick to get everybody's attention. Like, I don't know, but I think we might be followed, or there's a group walking near us.
I cast Find Familiar, and it's a raven this time, and send it up to see if it can see anything.
Whilst he does that, I'm going to preemptively cast Mage Armor myself.
Words at the ready.
As the raven, how far can the raven be from you?
Let me see. 100 feet, and it can remain it'll keep a telepathic connection. It can fly much further than that, but it can't communicate telepathically.
Okay. As it starts to hit that 100-foot mark, it does communicate back saying that it hears the noise, but it can't see anything from up top yet. Does make note that about another 200 feet to the south, there's a small clearing in the woods.
Okay. I would just tell it to stay circling us at the limits of our connection, and just keep an eye out for anything that we should know about. Let me know if it sees anything.
Okay. Take it you would relay to the group that there's clearly something that's probably in that clearing. The clearing's
Definitely.
a little ways away. Okay. What do y'all do with that?
It'd be more of a question of does it sound like it's marching towards us, or is it just walking in pace somewhere?
Can't tell.
Give me an investigation.
I'm gonna guide myself on that because I'm dumb. There. Yeah, that was a good call. I think that's a nat one. Yep. It's gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm 3.
Okay. You take a second and try to hone in to see if you can tell if the sound's coming towards you. Between the ever so soft rain patter falling on the dead leaves on the ground,
Can't tell.
and gentle breeze. You just it's you hear it. You all hear it now that you've been tuned to it. But it doesn't. You can't tell if it's getting louder, or it doesn't appear to be getting louder. I guess is a good way to put it.
Right.
Just keep going then.
I think we're just gonna have to keep pushing forward and see if they come towards us.
Okay. Just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right, as you all continue forward, been about an hour that's passed. At this point, the river bends once more out of sight, and the dark woods surround the road once again. Finally, though, the trees pull away, revealing a tall cliff at the base of a foggy mountain slope. The air is cold. The air is damp. And soft wisps of fog swirl around the base of the cliff. You all hear as you all approach this. I don't want to do this. As you all approach, Ismark says, this is the Crossroads that I was talking about. And there's two different roads. One goes to the northeast. One goes to the southwest. He says the Vistani camp is to the north, and he points in the road to the north is a much more rugged road. It's more of like think game trail than the hardened path that you guys are kind of on right now, as if you were to follow it down to the southwest. It's up to you all. Do you want to stop or do you want to keep going?
What's the next closest rest spot here?
Would be Velaki.
How long?
Couple more hours.
More hours, yeah. By this point, I would say it's you all realistically, it would be 3-ish. Ismark would tell you all that, and as you all know already from the last campaign, it gets darker earlier in the trees. Not as bad as Cholt, but it does start to get a little darker quicker, depending on where you're at in the woods. He said relatively we probably could make it all the way, but if you don't want to risk it, that's perfectly fine as well.
Maybe prudent to stop just to keep Ireena healed.
That's
Get her inside of a tent and just tell her to stay there. Granted, she doesn't seem to listen very well.
She just winks at you.
Wandering off to a knoll by herself without telling nobody.
I am my own compass.
I'm not saying you're not, but you're also being unsafe.
She just kind of scoffs.
I believe it would be prudent to stop, but I would like the rest of my party to weigh in on this.
I don't disagree.
No, me neither.
If anyone needs to, we can. Otherwise,
Just don't want to risk an open fight in an area we don't know.
I'm just concerned with keeping Ireena concealed,
Right.
more than anything.
Um, this oh, where the fuck? Okay. As you all branch off, start to head to the northeast up the little trail there. You all take note of a raven that is perched on a branch. You hear its call, and it attempts to take flight. And as it does, it immediately plummets to the ground roughly about 30 or 40 feet in front of you all. It clearly looks injured. If you all walk up to it, you notice that there are 7 silver barbs that are stuck in this bird.
Oh, good.
Still alive, but injured. Very injured.
Jinx would immediately put it out of its misery.
How would you do that?
Thunder Gauntlet Punch, just to make sure.
Splat along around.
Sure.
Actually, birds pop.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I witnessed that was right in
as-
front of me in the bus stop.
Yeah.
As you punch this raven, it retakes the shape of a human woman.
Right.
Jinx would stagger back with his hands up, like, whoa.
I also need you to roll damage on that.
Yeah, I figured I'd be taking some kind of damage.
No, not you. I need you for your
Punch.
your punch. I need you. Yeah, I need your damage.
I thought because of the barbs that were in it, I was fixed. 10 bludgeoning, 10 thunder damage.
Okay. Okay. In front of you is a very beautiful
Eastern
Hand-
European woman.
who
Conversation's
Uh,
coming full circle, boys.
who has lashes all over her. She is not clothed, and she is barely alive, unconscious, but she is breathing.
Okay. Shit, didn't mean to do that.
I'll walk up to her and cast Healing Word.
But this is on mission.
So is this?
You're breaking your rule.
And I'll walk right past Jinx and do it.
So you're gonna stick with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal her. Hold on. I gotta get fucking D4s out. Because, you know,
I'm knackered, bruv.
9 points of healing.
Hey, Jordan.
With that, that's perfectly fine. Ready? Hold on. You ready for it?
Yeah.
With this, as X comes over and heals, she just comes back to, and that is where we will end tonight's
She doesn't
session.
know I punched her.
You don't know that yet, bro.
All right. That was a good session.